Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have your Divine Masculine Twin Flame read in front of you. And before we do that, let's just take a big breath, okay? And let it out. Take another big breath. And let it all out. God, Mother, Father, Christa, Sophia, Source, please armor us all with your love. Let's clear all negative energies, all dark energies, all viral energy across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all who's concerned, and fill that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take another deep breath. And so it is. Okay, so here we are on March 21st, 2020. The 21 is the world, and the day adds up to the 28, which is the Twin Flames. This is our key to get out there and help with the world, as we've just passed the spring equinox on the 19th. And the read in front of you, I cut right at 11 o'clock on the dot, so we had a lot of source energy behind it. So it's 11 of justice, and the 2 zeros are humans, right? So it's source energy contained by the human body. And let's see first. So for those of you who aren't familiar with me, this is a 7-deck read. The main deck for the read is the SIRIAN STARSEED deck, the big cards that you see down there. And we also have the Rider-Waite Mini, the Tarot of Sexual Magic, the Numerology deck, Romance Angels, as well as the Gilded Tarot and the Universal Golden Tarot. And after I did the SIRIAN Starseed deck at 11:16 to 17, which is the Tower and the Star, I was getting calling all angels. I literally got this huge connect to like call in my soul group and transmute all of the negative, dark, and viral energies together, which is why I wanted to start this out with that clearing. So I did send that energy out to everyone. But just think of all of the healing we could do if just this one channel and all of the people watching did the same thing. So just really using your healing energies to bring in that light and wrap it around your heart, and then diffuse it slowly out through your chest and your limbs and your head and your feet, out through your auric layers and out to your communities and your neighborhoods and out to the world. You can heal people by that, and as well as speaking to your water. You know, I love you, you are healed, all of those very loving energies, because we're made up so much of water. So whatever you drink, if it is those beautiful crystals that happen when you tell water you love it, think of how beautiful you can make what goes through you and then down into the earth as well, spreading out into the world. Okay, so that was important first, calling all angels. The read was done at 11:23 to 24, which is justice, and then 23 and 24 are again the Queen of Wands and King of Wands, which came up in the union read I just sent out to you guys. I actually haven't posted it yet. I didn't want to post. I was struggling, so I'm going to wait and post that after this. So the King and Queen of Wands came up there, but it also came up here, Justice and the King and Queen of Wands. The major arcana for this read in front of you were the Great Wheel, the Wheel of Fortune, the Tower, and Reflection, which is the Hermit. And then before the read, the Lovers, the Chariot, and Ascension were right there. And then after the read, the Hangman came up. So here's all of those underlying energies here. The Three of Flames is here, but the major arcana is the Lovers, the Chariot, and the Ascension card. It's very powerful, 3 in a row like that all together. And the Hangman afterwards. We had 3 wands, 3 swords, 1 cup, and 1 pentacle. The King of Wands, the Page of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Page of Wands. So there were the King and Page of Wands and the King and Page of Swords, and then the Knight of Pentacles as well. And after the read, the Knight of Wands and Page of Cups. There's a lot of kids here, so there could be like 2 dads out doing things with the kids. The code line was all about physical activity today, and there was no number specified on that code line today. It was a very specific, beautiful message. I loved it, actually. The other numbers that came up here were 3311, which is the Christ vibration of 33, also the Seven of Wands, and the 11 again, which is justice. And it's also a 2, the feminine energy, very spiritual feminine energy. And 34 came up, which is the 8 of Wands, that fast-paced energy, feelings expressed back and forth, communications, travel. And number 6, the lovers, as well as 46, the children in the garden, the 6 of cups, the 23 of the King of Wands, and 610, which is source energy backing up 61, which is the 7 of swords, that inherent risk card, taking a risk to love yourself first, comes up in the numerology deck. So the code line here regarding physical activity, which is so important to relieve any pent-up energies or stress within your body, which we're all feeling, and it may not be your fear you're feeling. You may be feeling the collective consciousness. If you're intuitive, which you all are, you're going to feel the collective consciousness, and even if you're not stressing out, you're going to start picking up on their stress, and we're going to go in and out of this constantly all day. So as soon as I clear myself, I feel it creep back in, and I know it's not me. So our job is to transmute those energies as well as our own, okay? We're transmuters. So physical activity is a great way to do that besides meditation. And this code line was all about the key in toggling up or in physical activity, but the key seeking regarding the great and mighty powerful Oz, which also comes up as O2, which is the High Priestess, and to the nth degree is like to, capital N for me is code Jesus, to Jesus, two Jesuses, the High Priestess and the Jesus to the nth degree. Then some headlines came up. The first one was Will Smith, which was really funny because my daughter actually got a part with Will Smith last year, and she had done all the paperwork for the part, and then right before she was supposed to come in, they cut the part from the movie. So it's funny that Will Smith came up. So it says, Will Smith, who fans your flames? And that was YouTube on February 3rd, 2018. The second one was how to troubleshoot a gas grill with a low flame, okay? So when you're running on not much. That was from Home Guides, SF, as in Frank, gate.com. And then Twin Flames, which doesn't come up a lot in my headers, you notice. 3 times it came up today. Twin Flames and Unconditional Love, Spiritual Master, freespirit.com. That was from December 24th, 17. And then Guitar Hero from Metallica came up on YouTube. Seek and Destroy came up. And then later Master of Puppets also came up from Metallica with the key to toggling up an exercise. Teamsters Local 509 came up. So that number may be significant for someone. And Official Calgary Flames website for the NHL.com. The subject of Soul, Twin Flames, again, Ascended Master Answers.com. And then Facebook came up, just the login. And The True Purpose of Twin Flame Connections by Dr. Lisa, I'm not going to say your name right, but Valigos. And her website is medium.com. And the last one to come up was Sacred Flame again, but this was Zelda from Wiki, ZeldaGamepedia.com. And right as I finished writing those, I had 88% on my iPad, so 88 was coming up with the key, and the time was 11, 33, and 34. Again, both power numbers, 11 and 44, justice and going from the 3 of Cups to the 4 of Cups, the reunion, the coming together and joy, and then the 4 of Cups of mastering, grounding, and integrating, the receival of love. That receiving is so important. It's been a really major theme the past month or so. So also a lot about keys was coming up. The Master Key from 1914, a serial film, and the Master Key System from 1912, which was published in 1916. And then GNOD, Hide and Seek, Dinosaurs Are Back on YouTube. The Girl Who Can Fly, which was a YouTube mini movie. And then Key and BPM of any song, so beats per minute. Keys and beats per minute of any song. And then the key, a time encounter. And that was from motkbook.com. Okay, so again, toggle up, key, toggling up is key, as well as this physical activity with the seeker of the great master of flames to the nth degree. Meditation of physical activity. Key students of the Wizard of Oz to the nth degree. Remember, Dorothy and the three wise men walked the entire yellow brick road. And Jesus in the desert, walk and talk. And then, since 3311 came up in the code line here, that was coming up as significant because they're both power numbers, and then 44 came up as well. But 33 is the Christ vibration, which is also a 6 of love, family, and community. And 11 is the 2, which very much represents the Mary Magdalene energy, so Jesus and Mary Magdalene. The sacrifice, you notice that the reduction numbers, or the 6 and the 2, make 62, which is that prison, the 8 of Swords. So the 33-6 and the 11-2, the 6-2, is the prison they get into because they are expected to sacrifice themselves. But then when you raise the vibration to the 44, when you add 33 and 11, then you have the 8 of mastering the receiving of love, mastering the dance, the 8, right? Dancing between your masculine and feminine, and dancing between the 3D and the 5D. The walkie-talkie connection, or your psychic and or heart connections, which are different things, but you have not one connection, but multiple connections. So as I start this read, it's 11:59, which is literally the 11th hour, right? It's the minute before 12. We have the 3 of Wands, like I told you before, and then the Lovers, the Chariot, the Ascension card, and then the 10 of Wands, but it's reversed, which is good. At the 11th hour, 11:59, the 3 of Wands. Looking back, after a breakup, lack of affection, broken, broke down, broke up, broke through, state of emergency, stuck, blocked, moved, travel delays, or canceled around the world. The 10 of Cups reversed is an unhappy family or an end to a family or emotional cycle, and the Page of Wands is inspired to break through depression, loss of hope, and illness, to the Queen of Cups, who's focusing on love. Good news, success, journey, and leading the way, with the Knight of Cups to offer love to the King of Pentacles reversed, who may be ungrounded or may have lost some money and status, or is all about the money in the past, or people are lined up to offer their help to him since the King of Pentacles reversed helped them in the past, or the King of Pentacles reversed having others come to him for money and it's draining his finances. They're popping out of the woodwork to ask him for money. The King of Swords is upright, and by the way, the Empress was below this King of Swords. The King of Swords, which can be a Capricorn and or the devil energy of addiction and codependencies, with a mark on his head, so a marked man, or devilish and horny, as the Knight of Swords is rushing in with the truth to create that bliss state he's heard so much about, in a breakup or after no affection, coming full circle, completing the cycle, gone with the wind, the sealed divine feminine, she's like the wind, per Thoth and Michael, inspiring. Devilish, King of Swords, or Capricorn, Knight in shining armor, rushing in to end the pain to those without affection around the world. Here to inspire and to align, misaligned joints and supports, legs and feet, and mitos, the bull and lion, can't access them. Twinkle toes, hammer toes, or Morton's toe, Greek foot. The divine feminine falling south with Gabriel's and Constantine's help. And the Page of Wands inspired to rescue efforts. Space boots and all, crater landing, and the pituitary gland came up here. The mark of ascension, the fountain of youth, the control center of the endocrine system. And it hangs like a set of balls, but that's the pituitary gland. It's also called the Turkish saddle. It's the pituitary fossa, or sella turcica, which is that Turkish saddle. But the endocrine system, it's the control center of that for growth, blood pressure, pregnancy, childbirth, breast milk, sexual function, thyroid function, metabolism, water, and osmolarity regulation, reabsorption of water by the kidney, and also regulation of temperature, but in combination with the hypothalamus. So a lot about the pituitary gland was coming up as opposed to the pineal gland, regulating sleep, and how they work in conjunction with each other. So the pituitary gland is a little bit lower and more in front of the spine, whereas the pineal gland is to the back of the spine and a little bit higher. But both are between the ears and kind of behind the space between the eyes and the nose. So that stuff is coming from Secrets from the Foundations of Youth, blogspot.com. So the lovers are reversed here, but these are the angel lovers. The angel lovers fall along with Gabriel here, implementing a plan for the gold coin unity consciousness floating above the emperor's head. How to get it from here to there above his head. Grounding savings into a skyline view of the city, perhaps, with a big picture window, a view to kill, in order to regain his worth. The constant gardener perhaps takes a city condo or apartment to see from a higher perspective, and that's at 1249, which is the Hangman and the Nine of Cups, the Get Your Wish card. Oh, and also under pituitary gland, the acronym GH came up, and I'm sure that's growth hormone, but GH came up in the header yesterday. So all these codes were coming up. Niece and nice came up today in the union read that I just did, and as well as the east and the southeast and Nice both came up yesterday, as well as GH. So it's very cool that all this stuff is coming up. All right, so 1249, floating the coin, or coin also is another way to spell Kohan, which is also another way of saying two Hans, co-pilots, air traffic and ground control. Religious factors came up here for the masculine, and beneath that was heart-to-heart conversations. And it doesn't have to be religion. It can be cultural, age, whatever differences there are between you. Looking back at father-son and or religious relations growing up. Getting their wish of happiness and self-satisfaction in a new life offer with fallen angel, drinker with attitude, or sage female potion maker with white kiss hook, and obsessed Quasimodo over what he's done to the Queen of Swords reversed, grieving his reflection. Impatience, not patient, with sovereign Queen of Swords reversed, or teen obsession with grieving as the war widow and being depressed. You know how teens can get. Or the Nine of Cups, which is the Nine of Cups often comes up as the masculine's sovereignty, and then the Nine of Pentacles is also coming up here as the feminine's sovereignty, but with fallen angel between them, blocking a new life, the Queen of Swords reversed, and the man in the mirror. Fallen angel and broken heart, and the divine masculine obsessed over cutting a lock of hair, or hair cutting, cord cutting, or cutting ties. Pride comes up, of course, here, which is 19, the sun, and beneath that was personal growth, number 7, which is the chariot. When forced to be stuck in a state of chaos or a broken downness, then choosing a path with the Hierophant, marriage, Taurus, or religious or establishment, societal norms, and disconnect from self, right? So if he's choosing a path with those things, the societal norms, he's also choosing to disconnect from himself, unable to rest but rising above, or rested enough now and is now awake and coming out. A little impish, perhaps, to spread the word, confessing or dumping responsibilities, a new dawn, a new moon. And then I was getting the night the lights went out in Georgia. 2 deer in the headlight and didn't see it coming. Candy Striper or Candy the Stripper on pointed or sharp left sole or arched foot. Strategizing the next chess move at the new moon before dawn or in deception when it's dark and nothing's working, not even dark dogs. Religious or societal message or Taurus message or televised confession, Taurus upright Cancer reversed, or public message service announcement about cancer or someone who lost their life to cancer. Again, that's coming up maybe as a service message over the networks or TV. Deception from the past, or going back or looking back at the new moon or before dawn at the Page of Wands and the Emperor, so father and son, and the Queen of Swords reversed, and the pride between them all. inspired and passionate as the Page of Wands, and the Emperor, of course, in control, or transmuting, perhaps in mourning, wounds of the world, always grieving past wounds or brokenness and pride. The recent past is coming up, the King of Swords upright, standing up for themselves to the Queen of Wands. This is the King of Swords, standing up for himself to the Queen of Wands, and grounding and integrating that offer of love, or could be just bored and apathetic, but suffering in silence, stressed out, or up night, not able to sleep, or purging, and negative self-talk, rumors and spying, and getting over himself, allowing the pain to fall away as the King of Wands reversed turns to look the other way, tired and weak, or Leo perhaps, post-war satisfaction in connection or with soulmate at 119, the Magician and the Sun. The foundation is the Page of Swords reversed, rumors, spying, negative self-talk, or just immature communication in general. Impatient fallen angel fully exposed at 120, the Magician and Judgment. Offering new passion and creativity from tripping up and falling into the world, into completion, into the sealed divine feminine, and then breaking patterns. Or just dropping the facade, right? Dropping the act. The third energy in dropping the act or the facade, exposing all untruth around the world, turning nickel into gold, the central sun, and the central issue or energy here is the wheel reversed when things are slow and jammed up, needing strength and courage in uncomfortable energies to receive a big love from ones recovering from exile, destitution, injury, and illnesses, allowing back in the ones you excluded and now need their help. Those you may have thought are lesser than are the ones that help you in the end, without asking for anything in return. Hierophant upright, committed to self, or Taurus or Leo returns with the tail between their legs. The challenge being the King of Wands reversed, shaman, issues at work, not getting along, loss of money, or third-party issues from the past. Looking or going back to drop all emotional attachments that don't serve your higher self and move on to peace or a peaceful place, perhaps with another. The Dark Knight comes to the Queen of Pentacles reversed or walks right over them, as the High Priestess and the King of Swords are a united front, or perhaps the King of Swords and King of Wands reversed have a secret between them. The King of Swords is upright here. He's in his truth. But he may have a secret that the King of Wands reversed knows, and maybe because the King of Wands is reversed now, the King of Swords is worried that he's going to tell his secret. So Leo is upright here and reversed, Libra's reversed, Sagittarius reversed, Pisces upright, and Scorpio upright. It looks like Libra reversed is challenged by Leo reversed, which is the King of Swords and the King of Wands reversed, with Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius involved right there. The Queen of Pentacles reversed. So grounding and integrating an offer of love, or bored and apathetic, the Hermit is over-isolating, going crazy, or now coming out, depressed or sick, a message of love, or a loving child, puppy love, confessing or dumping all their responsibilities, knowing but keeping to themselves. In the aftermath of sudden events and epiphanies, the Emperor upright presents truth to a group coming off the field or field workers coming in. The X with conflicting schedules at cross purposes or competing, playing games to get the Knight of Cups to offer love again. Or the Emperor presents truth of their quest to be love. And now, for the masculine is the Tower reversed, with most of the fires and drama now put out. Healing, forgiving, holding back feelings from the wounded warrior on their last leg with full confession. In the aftermath of the Ten of Cups reversed, end of family or emotional cycle, with the Empress reversed and the Justice reversed, which can be that end of family and happiness of a Taurus and a Libra, and deception, or by the new moon, a new dawn at 141, which is the Magician and the Ace of Cups. Self-love, spiritual love, new love. A new life, perhaps new money or loan offered to the Page of Cups. The Four of Wands upright, home and recovering without an olive branch extended, doing it on his own. Not a word, keeping silent or mouth shut, in downturn, or slow down or twist of fate. Satisfied hanging out, perhaps in debt, or not sharing, or in equity, with the Empress and Magician reversed, insecure and manipulative in a judgment, announcement, or wake-up call. Home with depressed or sick mother and or child. The Page of Cups is upright and the Page of Pentacles is reversed. Dropping a load about needing help, money, or an opportunity to connect with their new path. This definitely can be a child. Perhaps a meal together after keeping to himself and not talking. So whoever the masculine wasn't talking to, they may have had a falling out. Holding back desires or falling short in front of the Knight of Swords, Messenger of Truth. The 5D Divine Feminine in the aftermath of sudden events and epiphanies and or orgasm. The 10 of Cups reversed, no longer the errand boy or quote-unquote runner. An emotional cycle is over and they're meditating in the 5D, resting over the Emperor with truth about past jealous rage. And due to meditation and over isolation, is now coming out with the truth, or the truth from a crazy person's perspective. Lots of truth in the aftermath. The Emperor and the Hermit reversed are fighting to be love. Soon as the Page of Wands, inspired masked boy with that flame inside, in a twist of fate, slow motion, and a peaceful place, but with negative memories to clear between them. The Devil's waving, or Capricorn chained to justice or swearing in before a judge or divorce court or custody hearing and working to align, or the court clerk is taking notes or getting everything in order. Libra upright and reversed here, Capricorn, Aquarius, Earth sign, and the Knight of Pentacles offering help to conflicting parties. The 6 of Cups reversed is over kids or kids with issues, or judgment or called to order, an announcement or wake-up call for parents and or kids. The Divine Masculine sees himself as the Hermit reversed, coming together in joy at home, trapped in prison or anxiety-ridden in the aftermath of sovereign or sovereignty, independence from parents or marriage or societal norms or religion in order to be the King of Cups, unconditional love. Virgo reversed, Scorpio reversed, and Taurus upright, with the King of Cups on the Taurus's side, or perhaps societal norms, and the group. It's like he's trying to connect them. The King of Cups saying, can't we all be friends? And the Hierophant or Taurus, sovereign or sovereignty, and perhaps a group home, perhaps looking for placement for an elder or a child. Attraction comes up here, finances and career, as well as playfulness and soulmate. Around the masculine, or how he's seen, is the 4 of Cups, looking to the stars for a new dawn, to be free, to leap away from choices, or towards Cancer reversed, the Queen of Swords reversed with her sword in his crown, keeping energies pure and keeping to themselves, or praying for his freedom and correct choice for his highest good, sending love and clearing to him to make it easier for him to get through at 204, which is the High Priestess and the Emperor. So at 204 here with the High Priestess and the Emperor, the masculine needs to clear blocks of the 6 of Swords upright, which is just peace and a peaceful place to go, perhaps some dolphins. Coming clean or getting clean may cost a lot of money, or maybe financial draining for the masculine or for someone around him that he has to pay for this, whether it's kids or elders, but there can be peace. The block for the masculine here is about thinking there could ever be peace. Physical activity, but even more so than that for the masculine here, is change, completion, synchronicities, teaching and learning, and taking a time out. The Queen of Pentacles reversed in uncomfortable energies. No more avoid dance. The Knight of Pentacles upright proposing in the aftermath of sudden events or jealousies. The truth, the whole truth, and fighting for the truth by being love. The Knight of Pentacles offers to help with issues at work in the aftermath of war. No more praying since coming out with the truth, hanging out to see new perspectives. The Knight of Wands reversed is holding back desires, or perhaps fell short of the Page of Cups' open heart, or hanging out with kids, or proposing to do so, making a choice, not leaving it up to the heavens, but to his higher self, his truth. The 3 of Wands reversed of the past, and the Page of Swords reversed, rumors, spying, or negative self-talk and messages, coming out about grounding and integrating an offer of love, or just boredom and apathy. The King of Swords in a slowdown, challenged by the King of Wands reversed, the Page of Wands with a burning desire for peace after sudden events. The Three of Wands past and the King of Swords deception, or a new dawn and the Page of Swords reversed negative self-talk in the downturn of the aftermath and challenged by the King of Wands reversed, the Shaman, and the Hermit reversed, inspired to propose or make an offer, grounding and integrating that offer of love, or bored but moving to peace and wanting to propose. Now you know, hanging out with the Knight of Wands reversed and the Page of Cups upright, or holding back desires from innocent love, or the wolf is going in for the innocent lamb. All right, so that is the read. Okay, I'm going to give you some oracle cards now. I'm going to start, we'll play with my abbreviated deck too, that just has characters in it. But first we'll do the Kipper deck. So everybody take another deep breath. Here's the Kipper deck. So for everybody watching, the best and highest of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? What was the message specifically from this read that God would like us to know? Okay, so from the Kipper deck, let's clear all negative, dark, and viral energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and reality for the highest good of all those concerned, and fill that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, they just went all over the place. These two got saved, though. There's definitely a marriage in the courthouse. And there's a child at the bottom of the deck. So that all came up in the read. So definitely could be divorce court or custody hearing. Those kind of things going on. Probably not today since it's Saturday, but that might be the energy of what's going on. I'm going to try this again. Okay. For everybody here, what is the message? Okay, that one flipped over right there. Whoop. Was it that one? Yeah, that one. Okay. So there's the journey for you. And there may be some despair, obviously. But there is an older woman, like motherly energy, to make you feel better. And then there's sudden wealth of the 777s here. That's hitting the jackpot. Okay? So there is good news coming. The underlying energy is high honor, and the Lovers, unexpected income. So see, things are going to turn around. All right, this is the underlying energy coming into this. Okay, and great fortune was below that. So somebody came into great fortune, unexpected income for the Lovers, and high honor. And so let me ask you real quick, who's going to come up as the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine from my abbreviated deck? See what comes up. In this read, what is the biggest energy for the Divine Masculine here? What is the biggest energy of the Divine Masculine in this read today? What is the biggest energy for the Divine Masculine here? Divine Masculine. Okay, so this is kind of a cluster F because they're not going back into the deck. But I'm going to show you. This definitely came out. There's your King of Swords. And then these got stuck. These could be kids too, for sure. And then the bottom of the deck is the Lovers. All right, so those were the energies representing the Divine Masculine. Let's see what's representing the Divine Feminine. And that could be Lovers if you're hanging out with your children, because the Lovers card is a card of affection for me. Unless there's a lot of Wands energy around. It doesn't have to be a sexual relationship. All right, so this is for the feminine, which we're flipping out a little bit. There's your feminine, the Queen of Pentacles and the Sovereign of Pentacles. Okay, they're both very stable energies. And then the Knight of Cups wants to come out too. So again, this is referencing the feminine with children. The masculine with children, the feminine with children. Is that reflection enough for you? And then we have the Two of Cups after the Knight of Cups there. And the underlying energy is the King of Pentacles. Okay. And by the way, the King of Swords is right below the King of Pentacles. Very interesting. All right, let's see what else we have here. So from the energy deck, after the energy deck, I'm going to go to my old decks because I've been getting really good channeled messages from my old deck. Okay, so from the energy deck, what is the message? What is the message? All right, we have 40 of the 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. Oh, and I forgot to mention that too. In the read in front of you, there is 5 purple cards that came out along with 1 teal card change. And then the underlying energies is 2 more purple cards, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 7 purple cards. So it's the third eye and crown are really important here. 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron, which is overseeing the Divine Masculine, and number 40, which is the Page of Cups, that innocent love. You see how purified he's coming out here, the Divine Masculine energy. And adjacent possibilities. So instead of looking up or down, perhaps looking side to side to see what possibilities are there for the Divine Masculine or for the Divine Feminine. And this is like someone ripping out the frame, maybe to start over with something different. Maybe just by reframing something will just make all the difference in the world, right? So you don't have to just take down everything. Maybe just reframe it and start over with that. So sometimes it's just a simple fix, but an adjacent possibility, something that maybe you would not have thought of before, all right? There may be another way. And then we have these two coming out, very different energies. Community of the 3 girls, perhaps playing dress-ups at home, right? When bored, wanting to do something, making themselves into their goddesses with their reds and their whites. A lot of root chakra energy coming up here with safety and security, and the need to feel stable and secure because no one's feeling safe and secure. Okay, so again, that's all about sending that energy, becoming heart-based, really breathe into your heart, and allowing the impurities of the off-white colors to come out. And it's fine, it's okay, we're human. So enjoy the community. Even if you can't touch, you can certainly come together online. And the door to value here, what do you value? Do you value, right, money? Do you value nature? Do you value big red doors with big knockers? What is your door to value? What makes you feel safe and secure? Okay. So the underlying energy here, again, is the sun, which came up very significantly today. All right, so the underlying energy is just to take perhaps a salt bath or pamper yourself, right? Meditate, or just go lay out in the baby pool in the sun, since the weather's been getting really nice these past few days. All right, so these are the cards that came out. Two very different energies. Very pure energy of the masculine over here, of the white and adjacent possibilities, and the intuition. And we have all purple cards today, so it's so much for the masculine to use their intuition. And then the feminine to drop more into their 3D energies of children and tapping into what your values are as far as safety and security, okay? Very interesting. Masculine's definitely in a purifying state, and the feminine is getting very grounded into the grounded or earth state, more of the 3D realm or 4D. All right, so I want to go back into my Ascension deck and then my past life deck and see what comes up for you guys here. Where are we? We're at 3930. That's the Knight of Cups, and the Union card, the 4 of Wands. 3940. All right, so again, for everybody, for the best and highest good of all is concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? What do we need to know? All right, we have Lady Portia coming out here, 32. Lady Portia is known as the goddess of justice. As Lord of Karma, she tempers justice with mercy and balance. In order to act with these golden qualities, you must let go of your own projections and prejudices to see the whole picture. When you receive this card, Lady Portia is calling on you to review an aspect of your life or relationships to bring it fully into the fifth dimension. Be generous-hearted, open-minded, and fair, and step aside from judgment, and then your ascension path will be showered with gold. The affirmation is, I'm fair-minded, open-hearted, and non-judgmental. So just practicing that and, being present. When you're present, you can always see and be neutral about what you're going through because you're staying present in it. 32 is the Six of Wands, the journey. So that's the journey. It's just staying present so you can always be aware of what you're feeling, going through, thinking, and then being able to transmute through it. To feel it, to understand what it is, that's just your human feelings, and then it may be your feelings or feelings coming up from the collective, and then it's all good, and just to go through that process of healing whatever you can. Okay, so that's Lady Portia, and she's the partner of Saint Germain, who's the transmuter. Okay, and then we have also Serapis Bey, which is 41, the Ace of Cups, self-love, spiritual love, new love. Serapis Bey was keeper of the White Ascension flame in Atlantis and is now Koan of the fourth ray of harmony. He is known as the Egyptian because he worked with Archangel Metatron to suffuse the Great Pyramid with cosmic wisdom energy at the time of its construction. Okay, that was Serapis Bey and Metatron. In drawing this card, you're invited to stand within the white flame and feel its influence. And you notice the masculine was very white and pure today. Connect with Serapis Bey and draw his energies of wisdom, cooperation, and dedication to you. He is the only master to work with the seraphim, and they will shower you with blessings as you tune into this ascension card. The affirmation is, I walk with Serapis Bey. Okay. And then one more card wants to be seen, the gold and silver violet flame, number 4, Archangel Zadkiel, and there's Saint Germain with Lady Portia, are keepers of the violet flame and transmutation. When you add the gold of wisdom and the silver of grace and harmony, you create the powerful gold and silver violet flame. The angels suggest you invoke this mighty energy to clear the ascension path ahead of you and keep your light pure and clear. When you send the gold and silver violet flame to people, situations, and places, you facilitate wondrous transformations. This powerful light transmutes the old and raises everything to a very high frequency. The affirmation is, I am the gold and silver violet flame. Okay, so it's very much about purity and transmutation today. And just as a side note, the animals is coming out here. I'm not going to read it to you, but you can see it on there and read it for yourself if you'd like. The affirmation is, I honor and respect all animals. And the underlying energy is Lord Kumika 42. 42 is the Two of Cups. And there is a reference to Metatron again, so you can read that one too if you like. Okay? So he set up the golden age of Atlantis with Metatron. So here we have, he's Koan of the 8th ray of purification. Again, we have purification, enlightenment, and communication. It's all about enlightenment. And that's blue topaz light for Kumika. Okay? So we have Lady Portia and Saint Germain. And then Metatron with Lord Kumika and Serapis Bey. They're all related. So, knowing that, we know it's all about transmutation because that's Saint Germain and Lady Portia. Justice and transmutation. The violet flame. And so here with the past life deck, I'm going to ask for 2 groups to respond to us. We're first asking Lady Portia and Saint Germain as partners in crime. And then we're going to ask Metatron along with Lord Kumika and Serapis Bey to give us their energy. All right, so Lady Portia and Saint Germain, and that came right. I didn't even want to shuffle; the card came right out. So that's so I'd know which card was theirs. All right. So this came out for Lady Portia and Saint Germain: trust and faith, and let the sun shine through. Let the sun shine through the sunshine in. And this card is very much about the Statue of Liberty. There's just no flame in the hand, but you see the hand is open to it. It's open to it. There's light shining through. Have trust and faith. I love that one. All right, and just so you know, that card flipped out between these two cards like this. All right, so there may have been father issues, and then here we have spirituality and religion. So there may have been a reference to father issues regarding spirituality and religion, or other major differences like that, whether it's cultural prejudices, anything like that, okay? So maybe a father connection there. So let's see what else wanted to come out for Metatron's team and Lord Kamika and Serapis Bay. Thank you, Lady Portia and Saint Germain. Thank you. All right, Metatron and Al. Okay, as I'm looking at their names, angels reversed. We're fallen angels. I knew they were going to make a funny. All right, phobias and Asia. All right, so they're bringing one out for each of them. And so I said Metatron, Kamika, and Serapis Bay. The underlying energy here is the karmic relationship. Okay, and you notice there's military and Air Force energy here, and a male and female who don't get along. But this is also about aligning your spinal energies, right? To merge your energies before you start getting into a fight. And the karmic relationship, that is the underlying energy. And so we have these three, all right? So this is from Metatron making a funny, the fallen angels. And the fallen angels definitely came up as part of the read today. All right, because we literally, I'm going to show you these cards in the read. All right, so not only did we have, all right, the Lovers was reversed here. I want to show you how these came up today. Is that this one? So the Lovers in this read was like this. But a read I did last night, there were double wings above each other on top. It was like the masculine and feminine coming together, but this in the Lovers always represents for me Gabriel. And this is like from the movie Constantine, Gabriel and Constantine, the fallen angel. And besides that fallen angel, we also have the Temperance card right there reversed, which is the fallen angel. Okay, so Metatron's bringing it up again because that has to do with impatience. And impatience is a big wound, right? Because that means you're not having faith. That means you're not at peace. You're not being in love. When you're impatient, that can mess up everything, right? Because when you lose your patience, that when a physical fight can start, a verbal fight can start. And why are you impatient? You're really just being impatient with yourself because of fear. So I think this card was coming up for that specific reason. And in calling all angels, because I told you guys that. All right, allow yourselves to fall. Don't worry. You have no control over this. This situation is teaching you all a lesson. You have no control, so let go of the fear. You can't control whether you get sick or not. You can only do what you can do. You know, you can stay home and do the sensible things to prevent illness. But overall, every day, even when there's not a situation like this, you have no control over what next is going to happen to you, right? Even when you think you do. So this is saying, let yourself fall. Don't fight with yourself. Don't get mad at yourself. That's where the impatience comes from. It comes from our wounds from our parents, expecting us to be on time and not fail, right? All the unrealistic expectations that are put on us as children, those templates that we now want to break. So just allow it all to fall. Allow yourself to be a fallen angel, because we're human. We're never going to be perfect all the time, right? Otherwise, we'd go up to heaven and be angels, right? We're not. We're human. So it's okay to fall. It's okay to be a fallen angel, because at least you're an angel, okay? When you're feeling strong, you can be there for others. And when you're not feeling strong, well, you may fall, which is okay. All right, so from Lord Kamika, we have phobias. Again, phobias is just another word for fear. If you're in fear, you're not in love. Put your hands together, because that closes your circuit, right? You have chakras all over your body. But in your hands, you know, this keeps your energy to yourself. And you notice she's putting her hands in front of herself. which is also blocking negative energies from getting to her heart space. So when you go into fear, go back into your heart, because fear is going to come up from your root chakra, right, of safety and security. When you fall into fear, or you fall because of fear. And so it's just a trigger to tell you to go back to your heart again. And then we have Serapis Bey, is the third energy of Asia. And this always comes up with the strict discipline of the Chinese culture, or just the Oriental cultures in general, can be Thai, whatever it is. But this has to do with that confidence, right? And no smile, right? And how disciplined the kids, because the kids are supposed to be a reflection of the success of their parents. Okay? So these are all things that we want to learn not to be in. But it's okay because we're human. But just when we stay present and we see ourselves fall, oh, it's okay. So just love yourself and allow yourself to slowly work back to not being impatient anymore. Or when you go into a phobia or fear, notice that about yourself, that like, why am I in fear of this? I have no control. It's okay. Let it go. And then the same with this. When you deal with someone who's very stone-faced and won't smile at you, is that going to trigger you because you think they have more power than you? These are all triggers for fear. So Asia, and Asia specifically here. So I guess we're focusing on clearing some wounds from Asia right now. All the fears that come up with that kind of mentality, right? There's no humor in perfection. And what fun is that? It's not really. You notice these are all female energies too. We got a female fallen angel, we got a female with phobias, and then a female over here being very strict and overly confident, right? Or overly cold. Is there anything I'm missing that I need to tell them? I'm getting, they're all looking down, they're looking down on me. They're looking for something outside of themselves. These two are intimidating you, right? She's staring at you with kind of a cold face upside down. If she were upright, it wouldn't look cold. And she's looking down at you with a cold face. Look at the stares in their faces. They're looking at you like you're less than them. And that's definitely going to be a trigger for a lot of people from their childhood, right? It puts you in fear. This kind of mother energy, that dark mother of expectation. The fallen angel or the strict one. Or the one with the fears who just passed them right on to you. Okay, so this very much has to do with the mother and how you were raised. And all the fears that your mother put into you. All right, so trust and faith. The karmic relationship, right? We all had karmic relationships with our mothers, our siblings, our friends, our work peers. But it all comes down to trust and faith, okay? And the Statue of Liberty that's open to a flame. And the sun shines through. The sun is the masculine energy. The central sun is shining from behind. It's coming through, calling all angels. This is the angel call. Ah, it's the call to prayer. And I told you I've been watching. I just got a major connection. I've been watching that series all week. I keep telling you about it, and I can't remember names anymore. But anyway, yes, last night was one of the segments of religion. They were going back to all the discoveries of God and the beginnings of time and all that kind of stuff. But the call to prayer came up on the episode yesterday. And that's what this is coming up as, the call to prayer. And I just told you earlier that I was getting calling all angels, and I literally sent a call out to you guys earlier today. So very cool. All right, guys. Now I'm going to give you a romance angel card. And then we'll be good. It was good today. Good messages. See, I always get really good messages from these three decks. All right. This is not romance angels, but journey of love. It's just 54-45. And that is the Page of Swords and the Five of Cups. So spreading the word about grieving and the need to let go of the fear. Because what is grief but fear? Pain is fear. Fear of never seeing someone you love again, or fear. It's all about being disconnected from your higher self. All right, so journey of love here. All right, what is our final message here? Thank you. Lady Portia, Saint Germain, thank you. Metatron, Lord Kamika, and Serapis Bay, thank you. Oh, that's funny. It was right behind Lord Kamika. Peeking out was Archangel Metatron, because we didn't pull a card for Metatron. He was just being referenced. All right, we can do this. Patience. What is our message? What is our last message? Oh, there it is. I've got some more too. All right, Guardian of the Soul Family, number 26, which is the Page of Wands. There's a few cards that just want to be counted. So 3 more cards came out. I'm going to show them to you. And then bottom of the deck is 27, Ethereal Touch. All right, that's very angelic. And that's the Ace of Wands, the third energy, new passion. All right, so this is the primary card, Guardian of the Soul Family, which I'll read to you. 26, the Page of Wands, being inspired. And then these 3 cards also want to come out. So this would be 1 plus 3, which again comes up as like Dorothy and the 3 wise men. And then we have that same 2. We had the same with the other deck too. We had 3 and 1, because Lady Portia came out and then the other 3. So 1 and 3. And that's like the little drummer boy too in the 3. Ah, we have the little drummer boy and his 3 wise men. And then we have Dorothy and her 3 wise men going to the Wizard of Oz. How cool is that? All right, so we have Dream a Little 51, which is again the King of Swords. Dream a little. And you notice she's covering her heart again. So that's a message for you guys. A Man of the Earth, Woman of the Sky came up again this week. 48 is the 8 of Cups, walking away within, right? Taking time out when you need it. Protect yourself, your energy when you need to. Take a time out away from everything when you need to. And devotion to the small. So, of course, it was all about kids, because we were getting the masculine with kids and the feminine with kids. And then we have Dorothy and the little drummer boy with the kids. How cute. Okay, so it's very feminine energy here. And that's 32, which is the journey again. We had that a couple times. All of these numbers came out a couple times. Man of the Earth, Woman of the Sky. But it's very interesting because the Man of the Earth and Woman of the Sky are switching places, because it was showing the masculine being purified and the feminine being more grounded and dealing with earthly and safety and security issues. All right, so the feminine is dreaming a little on the ground and taking care of kids and stuff like that, or plants or your pets, whatever you have. Okay, but it's about sharing the responsibilities of the earth and the earth and the sky. So masculines are doing more purification right now, and the feminines are coming down to earth. And planting flowers, of course, it's spring. And digging up the energies, right? Digging up all the energies from over the winter. This is like a, this card here, it's like a tunnel here. But it's like this is like a graduated slide. Like, it makes it fun. Like, you know, you want to slide down this and go into the tube. It looks like a fun ride. Or like a water slide would be inside. So it's like referencing the inside of the heart as well. How much fun it would be to ride the waves of the heart. And plant the seeds. And she's a little bit shy about that, okay? Planting the seeds of growth, being a little bit shy, and riding the waves and having fun. Fun in the sun. All right, so let's read the Guardian of the Soul Family, number 26. It looks like a man just holding, it could be a child, but it looks more like a man holding a woman. But in a very, I don't know, kind of simple but abstract way. 26. All right, the guardian of the soul family. You're being drawn to kindred spirits in this physical world by loving guardians in the spiritual worlds. If you're feeling you're leaving relationships behind, do not be afraid. The space that such courageous actions creates is sometimes necessary in order to have room for the new to enter your sphere of consciousness. You may also feel that somehow a relationship that seemed to be held back from you is now becoming available to you. There is a great soul love calling you into more intimate connection now. It is sanctioned by the divine. It is a karmic destiny to fulfill. There is love that you are to experience in connection with particular souls, predetermined by the divine plan. If you're struggling to feel the soul purpose in your current relationships, take heart, for you're being helped by divine guardians who understand and support the sacred purpose of your relationships. Be open to current relationships healing, whether that means improved communication and enriched experience, or the realization that you have traveled as far as you can together, and know that new relationships are going to be an important aspect of your spiritual destiny being fulfilled. Trust in the divine timing of your life and open your heart to the guardians who help you with unconditional love now. The guidance of this oracle for you is that relationship healing is taking place. In present relationships unfolding, in attracting the right relationships for your future growth, and in leaving behind relationships of the past with a peaceful heart. Be gentle with your heart, beloved, all is well. And you notice that reference again to be gentle with your heart, and that's why they're covering their energy around their heart. The poem reads, when I open my heart, you cover me with a blanket of love and warm the silence with your caress. Words unspoken say it all, as we become more than we are alone. Okay, guys, I got to show you the cards. Okay, so the underlying energy, I think the cat's meowing outside. There's our masculine cat. Three of Flames, underlying energy, the King of Swords, there he is in the recent past. The foundation is that fallen angel, the Seeker of Orbs reversed, or the Page of Swords. The Great Wheel is the center of the reed, but it's reversed. The challenge is the King of Flames, or Wands, reversed. The underlying energy is there with the Moon. And then we have the Tower reversed as well, scrolling across the 4D bridge to the Seeker of Flames, who's upright and inspired and has a flame inside of him. The masculine sees himself as the Hermit reversed, or reflection in this deck. And around him, or how he's seen, is the Four of Chalices, or Four of Cups. And the blocks he needs to clear has to do with peace and being able to find peace, or a peaceful place to be. And look at all the purple that I told you about. They're all purple except for change. Okay, but we end up here with the Knight of Pentacles proposal or offer, and he is upright. We have the Two of Pentacles reversed above that, which is no longer leaving it to the higher realms, knowing he can tap into his own higher self. The Hanging Man is above that, and then we have the Knight of Wands reversed, and then we have the Page of Cups upright, which is that innocent love, and also that's the card of Jesus as well. All right, and then we have the that Chariot reversed has been coming up as the state of emergency. So that's coming up around Pride and Leo energy there with 19 and the Sun. Okay. All right, so make sure you drink your water and get your rest, get your joy and get your nature. Take care of yourself and transmute the fears, whether they're yours or somebody else's. And when you can't, then rest and take care. Rise and be love.